Greetings out there in YouTube land. This is Morris Man. As always, I thank you guys for coming to my channel. I'm going to post another video regarding a comment. And this comment was actually posted a year ago, but apparently I overlooked it. And I said, I need to speak on this because I don't know what's going on out here in YouTube land. I don't know if it's a generation issue or old people that never learned certain things in their life that they should have learned. But I do these to kind of head off and wake young folks up, if it's young folks that are doing this, because you are a representation of your parents. Whether you know that or not, or believe it or not, or want to believe it, you are representation. And that could be a good thing, and it could be a bad thing, because I'm very fortunate. The parents that I had, my mother and my father, they didn't play. You know, they laid the law down, and we listen, we learn, and then we learn or realize later, this is why they did that 20 years ago. Because I told you when my mother first introduced me to the concept of rent, I wasn't happy. I was like, why you want my money? And I was 17. I had a job, doing okay for a 17-year-old. And I realized down the line she was preparing and shaping me for the real world when she passes away. And, mom and daddy you can't run to or you don't live with anymore, that you are a self-sufficient individual, and I thank her for that. But there's some people that didn't do that, and their kids go off into the world thinking that everybody's supposed to give you something because you asked for it. And that's why I do these videos, hoping that some of these people will see this video and say, you know what, Morris, man, I think I'm guilty of that. I don't think twice about begging. And it's like you should think twice about begging because you shouldn't be begging. It's like in this society, there's two people that most people can't or despise: snitches and beggars. So I'm going to read this, because I had never got this before. And it's funny that it's like, really? So you're going to try to go there with me? Okay, let's go there. Let's go. I did a play along. And I know some people don't get it. There are two types of videos that I post: guitar chords, bass, well, actually three: guitar chords, bass lessons, and play-alongs. Play-alongs are just that. That's all you get. For one reason or another, that's all that you get. So it's just interesting when people watch this. You got the chords for that? If I had them, I would have posted them. It's just that simple. If I got them to give you, I could give you those. But apparently there's some type of issue with giving you that, whether it's too technical to put on the screen or I just didn't feel like going through all that trouble of doing it, because, hold on, my cat wanted. You want to leave, buddy? Goodbye. Yeah, now I lost my train of thought. But those are the reasons why I most likely won't post the chords or the notes, because it's either too involved or technically I can't put it on the screen. So, those are the distinctions. And there's some people that don't really get it. Say, could you give me the chords? If I had them, I would give them to you. Could you give me the bass notes? If I had them, I'll give it to you. 100% of the bass chords or lessons that I do or play alongs, I play by ear. I can read notation, but my ear is so much quicker than sitting here trying to read these. And I'm like, I hear them, so just play them. And everybody doesn't have that luxury or that skill set that they can do that. My ear is really good. I mean, it's just gotten better and better and better. So when it's time, and when it comes to chord lessons, it's not that difficult unless it's a lot of chords in succession. But for the bass stuff, it's a little more detailed depending on the bass line, because I gotta note every note that I play. If I don't, it'll be kind of off. And I'm like, that's very time consuming to every single note, not chords, because chords are basically redundant and they repeat throughout the song. But when it comes to the bass stuff, it's like, that's going to sometimes take me 2 hours, So I did a play along, and it says play along for the Escape song, is their rendition of Who Can I Run To, which was originally, I think, done by the Jones Girls, I think. And I got a couple of these. Any tabs or notes? And it's like, you get what you get up here, man. I'm not going to redo the video unless you're going to pay me to do the video. And there's some people that think that you're out of line simply asking to be paid for your services. And it's like, that's a fucked up concept, because you're the one begging. So you think I'm just supposed to give you 2 free hours? I don't have it to give you. And if I had it, I wouldn't give it to you, because a man pays his way. He doesn't go through life begging through his way. He don't. And if he does, mom and daddy didn't do their job. It's just that simple. Because that's who's responsible for teaching you that. Because there's some things you don't know growing up. It's like I'm a young man and my parents supposed to shape me. But there's some people that parents fail them. So I get a couple of that for that particular one. But this is the doozy. Could you please tab this one for me? And I said, my tabbing fee is $20, And then this guy had the nerve, or another guy chimed in and had the nerve to say this. What do you charge? You can't help another player? I don't have 2 free hours to give you, dude. And just think about it. You're not the only one that's begging for 2 hours. 10 other people a day are begging for 2 hours. I'm like, that's my whole day plus some hours. But I'm like, it's just interesting that people don't understand that. It's like you don't walk into the grocery store and just start putting shit in your cart and then you walk out. Oh, I didn't want to pay for this. I thought it was free. It ain't free. Nobody's time and products and services are free unless they tell you it's free. And I don't see free on this video. I'll do all this to you for free. I've done 4,000 covers for you for free. Okay, how much more else do you need? But sometimes I have to address this and do a video on it because there's some people they just don't get it. They just don't get it. They just don't get it. I remember when my buddy was single, and he would share these dating stories with me. I'm like, I'm glad I ain't got to go through that no more, man. I didn't like that when I had to go through it. You got to go sift through hundreds of people to find the one. And, you're grateful that you found the one, but the journey to have got you to the one was not a good one. And he said that he had went out with this lady, and it's customary for men to pay. And it's like, most of us don't have a problem with that, initially. I ask you out, I take you out. But he said the problem he had was there were some people that they were big ticket items. So I'm going to spend $150 on you for this date. And he said, I don't have a problem with doing that with somebody right out the gate. I know I'm going to be interested in, and they're interested in me, so that's not a problem. He said, but I'd be damned if I drop $150 the first night with somebody that ain't into me. Most likely this ain't going to work out. This is a waste of my time. And he said this one lady said, you kind of cheap. He said, I'm not cheap at all, but I'm not a fool. And he said, I posed the same question to you. If you took me out, would you spend $150 the first date? And she's like, hell no. Exactly. Okay. Look in the mirror and look at this. It's like, okay, it's the same thing for us. We don't want to be out there making fools of ourselves and wasting money or spending too much money, especially on the first date. It's like, let's ease into this slowly and let's build this. And that's nothing wrong with building this, but it's like right out the gate, no. I don't know you, not emotionally attached at this point, and, and I'm like, yeah, I agree, man. It's one thing to be generous. It's one thing. It's another thing just to be a sucker. And there are a lot of suckers out there, and there's some people that notice you being a sucker and they play you hard, But I just found that to be interesting that this guy has the gall to ask me or question me, why am I charging? It's like, do you at any point in time in your day give up 2 free hours of your day? You do something for somebody that takes 2 hours and you get nothing but thank you probably, And it's like, I got to kind of give you a waking up, dude. Because apparently your parents didn't do their job again. Because again, when you're growing up, your parents are responsible, or whoever's in charge of taking care of you are responsible for instilling these certain values into you. It's like the mind is an empty computer and you got to put something in it, and what you put in it has to be right. And there's some people that just don't get that. They just don't get it. And initially you say to yourself, wow. But then you realize, what could have taken place. Like, again, your mama didn't teach you. Your daddy didn't teach you, Your daddy's supposed to teach you to become a man. You say, okay, you need to get out there and start working or further your education. You can't just be sitting around here doing nothing and then go out in the middle of the night like you nocturnal or wolfman and riding around doing nothing or putting yourself in situations that could be dangerous for you. And then you come home and sleep all day. And then you continue that cycle every day. You up and out all night long, then you come home and sleeping. While everybody else in the household either at work or in school or doing something productive. You're the only one that's not doing jack. But again, I blame your parents for that because you should not be given that luxury. And it ain't a luxury. What they're doing is more damage to you than good because they're not going to be around forever. Most likely, they're going to leave before you. So what are you going to do after they leave? You don't have a job. You don't have a work history. It's going to be hard to get employed. What are you going to do? But again, your parents are responsible for filling in those blanks. So you know what you're supposed to do and you do when you have to do it. But I just thought I would mention this because I'm like, I never got this before that you're going to question why am I charging you? Why not? It's just like, come on, man, It ain't a matter of not the problem I got with sharing any information because I do that plentiful on my channel. The issue is, and you should know this, the time frame. I don't have 2 hours in my day to give you. I'm lucky if I get 5 hours of sleep a night. And here's a good example. I was up this morning till about 6 o'clock because I had two projects to work on. And then I had to get up at 7 o'clock to do some things. I had to leave outside the house to do those things. So I had 1 fucking hour. 1 hour of sleep. Okay? So I don't have 2 hours to give you for free. There's sometimes I don't have 2 hours when I'm getting paid. So I just again thought I would post this video because there's some people that need to be woke up, and they need to realize that the world is not at their beck and disposal for free. And I stress that for free. Now, when you paying mugs, it's like, okay, I'm going to call and tell this guy I need you right now. And he getting paid. I'm like, hey, okay, I'm on my way. But mugs, they got the nerve to question why you charging them. You can't help another player. Help me out, but give me $20 fucking dollars. Let's help each other here. Instead of just totally one-sided. But again, I have to do some of these videos because I got to wake people up because it's just amazing to me the lack of common sense that some people don't possess or possess. Lack of common sense, And I'm not here bashing anybody or giving anybody a hard time. Morris man tripping, he told my people. And I'm just telling you the truth. When you care about people, you tell them the truth. When you don't give a shit about people, go ahead, do it. Do what you want, But I'm like, I need to head this off. Something that your parents should have done. Apparently they didn't, So now I got to take on the task of schooling you because you are not aware of what you should do and how you should behave. You can't go around just begging people and then get the nerve to be snarky when they ask you to be paid for their time. Well, keep moving, So until next time, take care. I guess I should call myself Uncle Morris Man. My uncle be on me and he's trying to make me a better person. And that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to make you a better person. Get in line with most of the rest of the people in society that when they ask for something or a service, okay, how much do you charge for your service? Instead of, why can't you do this for free? Later.